Once you've completed your registration for Reach Alert, your dashboard will look like this. You will notice that you have a Send an Alert tab. Now, before we can send an alert, we have to have a group that we can send the alert to. And here it shows us that we have not had any groups set up. In order to set up a group, put your cursor on the name of the network, in this case ABC Childcare, and then simply left click. Here it tells us we need to create a new group, so let's just click on the words create a group. We prefer to call it simply alert. We see that it will go to faculty and parent, and you see here you have private. We do not want to make this a private group. A private group is open only to people that you specifically add. So we're going to leave it as a general public group, and then we click on add at the bottom of the page, and you'll see that we have that new group. So we'll go back up to the tab at the top and click on our dashboard. And you will see now that we have an alert set up. We do not have this little box checked. Once you put your cursor on it and left click, you opted into that new group. Anyone who registers from this point forward will not have to opt in. They will automatically be opted in. If you decide to create a new group at any time, anyone who is already registered just needs to be reminded to check back into their account and opt in just like we did there. If you no longer want to receive messages, you simply put your cursor over that little check mark, left click, and it goes away. That is the opting in, opting out process. And go ahead and simply re-opt in. Now, simply click on Send an Alert on the right-hand side of the page. It will bring you up to this screen, and you will see where it says Send to and it says Alert. If you had more than one group, you would just click on that box and you would see the names of the different groups set up there. But since alert is the only one we have, we'll stay with that. When the message will go out instantaneously, so we don't need to worry about this. Now, if we wanted to schedule an alert, we would simply click on the Now button and a calendar would come up. So we could go into July 4th and we could say at 9 o'clock in the morning, we want a message to go out. We would type the message, and at the bottom of the page, we would click on Send Alert. Now, since we don't want to do this, we're going to clear this screen by just clicking on Send an Alert. Now, that message will not be sent. All we're doing is putting ourselves back on this page. And so, as we get ready to type our message, you'll notice that you have a number over here. A typical text message is limited to 160 characters. As you put your cursor in the box and you start typing your message, and you notice that as I'm typing, the counter is working its way down. And so now I still have 88 characters left, and so I know that when I click on Send Alert at the bottom of the page, that message will now be gone. And I will get a response that says your message has been sent. The confirmation here sometimes takes a little while depending upon the speed of your internet connection. So now we go back to the dashboard page, and so whenever you want to manage your network, you always put your cursor over the name of the network and left click, and it will take you to the new page, and you can see you have different topics that you can go to. One is I can see my users. Who are my users? And you can see I have all these people. I have these parents. Here's some faculty members, a parent, and a couple more faculty and parent members. So I can see who's in my network. I can also come over here to recent alerts, and I can see the time that the message went out from me and the name of the message and what the content of the message was. Now, just so that you're familiar with it, I'm going to go back to the dashboard page and just show you how to get back to that page. Whenever you want to manage the network, simply put your cursor over the network and left click. But with the alert templates, we're going to click on that, and we know that we're going to add a new template, so we put our cursor on Add Alert Template, and we're going to name this. And then we're going to compose a message that rather than typing it every time we have to send it out to somebody, we're simply going to go in here and we're just going to say okay, and you can say that looks pretty good. Then we're going to go down here and add that alert template. So now we have that stored in there. So let's say we want to send an alert. We can always do it from here, or we can go back to the dashboard page. It doesn't matter because it's always going to be over here. So we're going to say send an alert. Everybody in the preschool is not late with their tuition, so we're going to go up here and we're going to look at more options, and it's going to show us our faculty and our parents. Now, if we wanted to send a message just to our faculty, we would uncheck parents. So the message that we would send out would only go to faculty. But in this instance, what we want to do is we want to alert those 2 or 3 people who haven't paid their tuition. And so we're going to go down here and I want to see the users. So you click on Show Users. And there are 2 parents that have not paid their tuition. You can see that they're alphabetized by their last name. The same with the faculty. And we can pick out this Bill Jones and Joanne Williams. We then come down to our message, and rather than typing that message about the tuition being late, we will just click on Alert Templates, and then it says Select a Template. And here we will see a list of all the templates that we have developed, which at this point is only one. So we click on Late Tuition, and that information goes into that box. And then when you click on Send Alert, that message will go just to those 2 people. This over here will just give us a new page. So going back to the dashboard, put our cursor over the name of the network and left click. And we come out here and we see users. And we know that Mary Smith is no longer a faculty member. She has moved on, and so we're going to remove her from our network. So we just click on Remove from Network, and we get a little warning that says, hey, are you sure you want to get rid of Mary? And you say, yes, I do, and Mary is now gone. Also, you can just play with this, and it's kind of fun just to go back and look at it. The pronunciation guide is very interesting because what we can do is we can come over here, click on Add Pronunciation, and you can put in whatever abbreviations that you might use. The system will try to pronounce that as a word. And so what we're going to say is, whenever you see KFC, we want you to pronounce it this way. And so you add it, and you can forget about it. Whenever you send out an alert and you put in and you click on Send an Alert, when that message goes out for those people who requested a voice call, it will say to them, Knights of Columbus will meet tonight. The last thing I'll show you too is I recommend that you have more than one network administrator. And so you would just click on Add Network Administrator, and you would start typing the name. Now know that if that person has not yet registered, you're not going to be able to add them. So here we will start putting in, oh, there's Sandy Thompson. We want her to be a network administrator. And you see right now that she is. Likewise, let's say that this Bill Jones is no longer working here and we want to remove him as a network administrator. Him out as an administrator. He is still going to be getting the messages, because as we click on this here, we will still see that even though we had 2 Bill Jones, this one is the one we just removed from being a network administrator, and he's still in the system. If we want to get rid of him, we just click on him there, and he is now gone completely from the service. That is how the system works. I would just suggest that you get your staff registered and just play with it. Again, if you ever have any questions, you can call our toll-free number, which is 877-307-9313, and we will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.